Hi, everyone. Mike White here. Welcome to this week's blog post. More and more people are using social media, both on the real estate and mortgage side, to reach out, send out a message, grow their audience, share some valuable information, and obviously to attract business. And I think it's important that we pay attention and we think about the things that we're doing and the things that we're saying and how we approach this, because I think a lot of people are just going out there and firing off content without really thinking what's the message behind all of the madness. What are we trying to accomplish by this? So, when I talk to my clients about this, I share with them some simple thoughts, and I wanted to share that with you today. And again, we're also dealing with the fact that there are compliance issues that all of us need to be aware of. And just like any other form of marketing and advertising, social media also requires some thought about how you're approaching it. And I think you need to get very clear with yourself and with your company and in your state some of the things that may or may not be acceptable to do, or things that you can say that require more disclosure or more information, if you will. So again, that aside, I talk about this in a way, and we're talking social media. Could be Facebook Live, could be LinkedIn, could be YouTube, could be TikTok, could be whatever it is that you're sharing. I'm not coming down on the path of any one of them being any better than any of the others. It is a personal preference. By and large, the largest, users are publishing content on, Facebook. Many of them are taking that video content and building out YouTube channels. Other people are also sharing their content through the other portals or exclusively through other portals. I don't think it matters as much technically as it will who is your audience and who's looking, right? So I think that's important. I think when it comes to things like your professional posts, and again, your professional posts, if you're reaching out there as a mortgage or a real estate person, try to keep them short, try to keep them focused and direct. You don't want to put videos out there that are more than 30 seconds to 3 minutes, unless you're already known for doing certain types of tutorials. And even like when I do these videos, the people who are following me largely from a professional basis understand that these come out once a week, and I post them. I try to keep them all under 10 minutes. The professionals and the people that I'm talking to are seeing this information. They're aware of what these posts are. Now, if you look at my website, imtcoaching.com, you'll realize that there are videos that explain topics. And you'll see on my website that those little snippets that you can click on that the general public can see without spending money, they last about 30 seconds to about 3 minutes. And they drive you to looking at other content. And that content can be 10-minute, 20-minute, half-hour support videos and webinars that really get into the minutia, the fine pieces of the topic. But I don't put out those longer pieces to the marketplace because, quite frankly, if people don't know that what they're looking for, a 1-hour video is not something somebody's going to open. But if you are known and they know what you're talking about and they see something, it's sort of like a trailer for a movie. If they see that clip, if they see that commercial, if you will, that advertisement, and it's something that triggers them or something they feel may be useful to them, they're more inclined to go and open it up. So my point to you is most of the people on social media are going to see how long whatever it is that you're posting is. So if you can keep those 30-second to 3-minute video clips all with the mindset that you're driving them for a result, you're having them go to a different place or get more information or find out how to get the solution to their issue. And again, it is important that you're sharing this content and understanding what are you trying to do. And that's what I tell people, that the important questions that you ask is, why am I sharing the information that I'm sharing? What is it about this information? Who's going to be interested in this information? It's almost like, what's your headline? What are you trying to attract? Who are the people that you want to watch this and gather this information? Why is the information that you're going to share or post, how is that helpful or hurtful? In other words, are you trying to solve an existing problem, or are you trying to warn people about a potential problem? What do I share, and is it a solution or a benefit? If it's not good just to scream the end is near, the world is collapsing, housing market's going to fall apart. You see that, and that's all clickbait for people who are monetizing clicks. They're not offering solutions to issues. They're putting fear into people to drive them to click on things, to drive up their click totals, to monetize those clicks, those views, and drive you to probably buy a product or something that, to go deeper with that, that they're making money off of. Mainstream media is a classic example that their only thing is to push content. So they will put, every mainstream media does that, whether it be newspapers or the evening news or whatever. There's always that headline. And we all know negative headlines generate more interest than positive ones. And then they get into the story. And you'll often see articles in magazines, newspapers, and even commentary on social media where the content that follows the headline has nothing to do with the content or the headline, but they got you to do it. Back to the questions is, so the information that I'm sharing is, does it offer a solution or a benefit? And am I creating a call to action by which these people who now have seen what you've said, understand what you're saying, may find you helpful? Make sure that you're putting in that call to action. What do they do with this now? What's the next step? And for you, it's got to be about, now that I've created that interest, I've gone through the billions of people on the planet that could have seen what I was posting. I attracted a certain number of people. They watched what it was that I shared. They're now interested in doing something about it. What's the next step? And are you prepared if they are including you in that next step? And many loan officers and mortgage people put a lot of content out there and miss the last two pieces of these questions. They don't have a specific call to action about what you're supposed to do, whether you're supposed to contact that mortgage person or that realtor, or what that mortgage person or realtor are going to do if you call. Are they prepared to respond if you do? And it's almost startling to me when you look at some of the content that they haven't completed the circle of, we attracted the customer that we wanted. We shared with them something we thought was important. They agreed that it was important. They thought that you could help them to do something, and you didn't tell them what to do with it. Sort of like the dog chasing the bus. The dog has no plan on what the dog's gonna do if it would ever catch the bus. And that's what happens with a lot of loan officers and a lot of real estate people. So with my clients, I make sure that they follow these rules or answer these questions. And I also want to caution you against the oversaturation, because too much of anything becomes oversaturation. And with my clients, I suggest that they approach social media, 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes in the afternoon or evening, and that they pay attention to what people are talking about, and to make sure that they're spending time commenting on what other people, not just hitting the stupid like button, but actually going in there. And if you see something that's interesting or something that somebody's doing, say something about it. Nobody is going to look through the likes to see that you liked it, but your comment sits there for not only the person who published it to see, but for other people to engage in that conversation. You can get just as much benefit out of somebody else's post by making sure that you put in a comment or you praise whatever it was that they, put out there. I would refrain from being argumentative and commenting negatively about somebody's post, because it already leads to a part. You don't want to create a lot of negative energy around you and what you're trying to do. You're trying to remain positive. So like your mother or grandmother used to say, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. I'm sure that in 10 or 15 minutes, you can find somebody posting something that you can enjoy, you can like, and you can comment on. Limit your professional posts once a week or so, unless there's something topical that comes up that's immediate. We often have posts around, employment numbers or inflationary numbers, or something happens in the marketplace that we want to comment on. But make sure that you're gaining exposure by presenting the information without saturation. And again, if once a month, make sure that your posts are something valuable from the local community, a great restaurant, a great dry cleaner, a great experience at a roller rink or an ice rink or a batting cage or miniature golf, whatever. Find something fun and beneficial, something of value to your community that's not related to your mortgage or real estate practice, because you can gain exposure being somebody who provides valuable content. As always, if you have questions or comments, or you'd like to explore the different ways that I work with my clients on social media, I'd be happy to speak with you. It's Mike, imtcoaching.com. Have yourselves a great week.